just came off the General Assembly session, and it's really kind of incredible when you see what happens in the General Assembly, particularly with our taxpayer dollars. As you know, this year we came in with a nearly $2 billion deficit in the Maryland budget, which the governor and the Democrats in the General Assembly decided to cover with stimulus money. Not responsible spending, but stimulus money. All the taxes they raised last year, all the discretionary spending that they increased in 2008, they couldn't pay for in 2009. So instead of cutting taxes in order to increase revenues, by the way, tax revenues are down according to the comptroller, and instead of cutting discretionary spending for this year, they decided that they would hold off and wait for the cavalry to come from Washington, and the cavalry came through. So it really makes you wonder where we go from here as a state. Martin O'Malley and the Democrats have shown that they are not capable of being trusted with the people's money. They have shown time and time again that they're not going to lower our taxes, they're not going to lower discretionary spending. They are going to do whatever they can to increase spending and increase taxes so they can make sure that their supporters get their piece of the pork barrel pie. That's very important as we go into an election year next year. What you probably have already heard is the fact that the state of Maryland, for the fiscal 2011 budget, which will be passed by the General Assembly in 2010, is already over $1 billion in the hole. After all of the machinations that we went through during this past General Assembly session, we are already seeing that our backs are against the wall for next year. The General Assembly did not do their due diligence. The General Assembly did not do their job this year. It was the General Assembly's responsibility to lower taxes and bring spending under control. Governor O'Malley, Mike Bush, Mike Miller, the Budget and Taxation Committee, led in the Senate by the Ulysses Curry, these people have decided that it's okay to spend in the red. It's okay to budget improperly. It's okay to waste your taxpayer dollars. They're really going to find themselves in a very precarious position next year. As you know, we have the election next year, and we will have all 188 members of the General Assembly have to face the voters next year. And those Democrats are going to have to do one of two things. Either go back to their voters and tell them why they cut the programs that they should have never been funding in the first place, or tell them why in an election year they raise taxes again. The people of Maryland are tired of taxes. You saw what happened in Annapolis, in Bel Air, in Havre de Grace, in Salisbury, in Baltimore yesterday with the Tea Parties. That wasn't a protest just against Barack Obama and the misspending of money down in Washington. These are people who are also pretty pissed off that Martin O'Malley and the members of the General Assembly can't spend their money properly. They are teed off about having to pay higher and higher taxes to fund unnecessary social programs. They are teed off that the Democrats, and the Republicans too in certain instances, want to raise taxes in order to increase spending. The people are mad that government in Maryland is not spending within their means. I hope that the Democratic members of the General Assembly and the members of the O'Malley administration take a look at what happened yesterday at these Tea Parties and realize the people are tired and the people have had enough. We cannot tax Marylanders into the Stone Age and tax Marylanders back into poverty in order to fund Martin O'Malley's pet projects. The fact of the matter is, Martin O'Malley is doing more damage than anybody else to hurt Maryland's middle and working class families. And enough is enough. It is time that we as responsible stewards of Maryland's money, we as citizens, tell the members of our government that we can't afford any more discretionary spending, that we can't afford any higher taxes to fund their pet programs. And that if they continue to do it in 2010, we're going to have our say at the ballot box next November.